Hello. Thank you for taking the time to join us today for this virtual cruise event and coming from the cruise capital of the world in Miami. It's my pleasure to take the time for the next 30 minutes or so and speak to an industry leader and someone that's been a pioneer in cruising for over 3 decades. And that's the President and Chief Executive Officer of Norwegian Cruise Line, Andy Stewart. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Drew. It's a nice introduction. It makes me sound old.
No, please don't old. You started when you were 2, right?
Absolutely.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us and talk to our customers about, first of all, cruising, because we all should be cruising in on a ship, right?
Absolutely.
And we should all be on a Norwegian cruise.
Oh, you're quite right about that.
So I think one of the biggest things that our agents get asked from their customers is why should I take a cruise, but why a Norwegian cruise? So I was wondering if, since you have so many years of experience, but more importantly, you have insight into what Norwegian's all about, but just kind of to share with me and them just some of those reasons why they should cruise, but why Norwegian?
Yeah, well, I'll start with cruising. I mean, it's a fantastic vacation. The value for money is second to none. And also the guest satisfaction when people come off the ships, they're like, there's nothing else I'm going to do ever again. The experience is incredible. We go to destinations all over the world, and the whole pack, unpack once is really a big deal. I mean, it's
I like that myself.
People talk about that, but it really is a big deal. As for Norwegian, I mean, we work really hard to innovate, but innovate with purpose. We try to bring the experience to guests that's continue evolving, continuously changing. And the heart of it is freedom and flexibility, trying to deliver an experience where guests can really vacation on their own terms. We don't want to tell anybody when to do anything. We want people to come on board and really feel free and relaxed to enjoy the experience on their own terms, whether that's dining and so many different choices. The old days industry used to be just a main restaurant. And a buffet. Now we have steakhouses and French restaurants and teppanyaki and sushi and Mexican restaurants, and I could just keep going. It's like going to any big city. No, you'd never go to a big city and say, are you going to be early or late? Mm-hmm. You'd say, I'm going to go to a French restaurant or a steakhouse, or you talk about a type of dining. Same thing with entertainment. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't go to New York and say, hey, I'm going to the early show. You would say, I'm going to go see Broadway or comedy, or I'm going to go to a jazz bar, or...
Well, that, I got to say, the entertainment factor and the food. I mean, I love all the food options just in life in general, but on board Norwegian, there's nothing better than that. And you have so many different variables and varieties, but the entertainment that you guys are well known for is just on point. So what are the type of entertainment options? You said comedy, and I know there's some headliner shows and some Broadway shows. What are some that guests can experience when they're on board?
So entertainment for us is really important. We want people to feel like they're on Broadway or in Las Vegas, seeing the best entertainment the world has to offer. So our most recent announcement was Jersey Boys. We're bringing Jersey Boys to sea for the very first time. I'm very, very excited to do that, and we do the full Broadway production. So
that's
cruising
great.
Used to offer a medley of show tunes, and that's
with a few costume changes, and then
but now it's the full Broadway production. And we close the theater doors, and people are there and feel like they could be on Broadway.
So full Broadway production in terms of all this entertainment, in terms of providing guests a different, unique experience. Is there ever challenges with them to be able to experience it on board? Like, do they sell out? Is there enough space for them to be able to see Jersey Boys?
Oh, 100%. When we guarantee every guest can see Jersey Boys during the cruise. We definitely have people who see the show twice. Who just absolutely love it. We have some people for whom Broadway entertainment is not their thing,
right,
which is great. And then you can go sing along with dueling pianos for a Howl at the Moon experience, or you can go to a comedy club and see real top-rated comedians. So there's so many choices for people. It's no longer about early show, late show. It's about, what do I fancy tonight? What do I feel like? Do I want to dance the night away? Do I want to go see some genre of entertainment that excites me? And that's something we work really, really hard at, to offer all these choices so that people really feel like they're in a big city and making those kind of choices.
Which is amazing, because you'd think when someone were to travel to New York or Las Vegas, they're not guaranteed to see a show.
No, and also the cost of shows when you go to a big city it's very expensive. And you think of a family of 4 going to see a top Broadway production. That's an expensive night out, and that's included in the price of the cruise.
So the entertainment's included in the ticket price.
Yeah, these big Broadway productions we offer are included, and a night out. You think of a night out for a family. You go have a nice dinner. You go, the 4 of you go to the show. that's an expensive night and included in our experience. So that's where I start to talk about the value for money.
Right.
It's really great value, and sometimes I don't think we tell that story well enough.
No, I would agree. And I know that the cruising has evolved over many years, and it continues to evolve. And I think one of the things that continues to excite our customers and our agents is, and I'm sure you and your team, is that it's more about the destination. The ship is the destination now. And it takes you to some amazing ports and some great, but people do stay on the ship. And I think it speaks to a lot of the variety of options you and your organization provide them. Especially, like, I think you can ropes course, you can walk a plank, you can do all these water slides. Like, what are some of the activities you can do aboard Norwegian?
Yeah, the beauty of the experience, I think, is the combination. It's the combination of these amazing destinations all over the world and this incredible destination that takes you there. And so I think that combination is really where the industry wins with the total experience that the two combine. The experience, the activities on the ship are not for the faint-hearted now. You talk about the ropes course. We have this huge ropes course right at the top of the ship. And the thing that I think is most scary on that is the walk the plank, where you walk a plank
without a doubt, yes.
8 feet out over the side of the ship.
While the ship's moving.
While the ship's moving, the wind is blowing. I'm not good with heights, and it's really a scary experience. And you get out there and you ring a bell, and then the camera takes a picture of your white ghost-like face, and then you very cautiously walk back in. And then we have a zip line that takes guests out over the side of the ship, and then hopefully brings them back in.
Hopefully.
And then we have incredible slides that any water park anywhere would be proud of.
The water slides on board are just truly astounding. I mean, when you think of families and what they have to offer, going to a water park in any home city, that's expensive too.
Oh yeah. And again, included and really exciting slides. We have these two where you you stand and the bottom drops out and you just drop. It's quite exhilarating. So we really are bringing activities and events on board the ship that are very exciting for kids and grown-up kids, because we're all a grown-up kid.
Of course.
But great fun for people.
That's great. And of course, with cruising, it's all your meals, entertainment, activities. You go to a destination. But let's talk about accommodations for a second. So I think one of the things with Norwegian is you have a wide breadth of variety for consumers to choose which option they want. You have studio staterooms all the way up to the Haven. So can you just give insight into a little bit about the Haven? Because I think a lot of consumers come back from their vacations and they say, if I only knew. Like, if I knew there was a garden villa or this butler experience that's more intimate and private, I would have paid for it.
Yeah, I think the industry was missing an opportunity in that the luxury cruise lines were offering an experience for older couples who were really looking for a more sedate experience. A fantastic, I'm not knocking it, a fantastic experience. But there was a gap for younger couples and families who like the good things in life, who are affluent, but they want some fun, and if they have children, they want activities for the children, and they want all these dining choices. They want incredible entertainment that we've talked about that would be as happy on Broadway as on board a cruise ship. And that's really what the Haven's all about. It's a ship within a ship concept. It's a private area with private keycard access. And once you're in there, it really is a self-contained experience. There's a bar, there's a lounge, there's private sunbathing, there's a private restaurant, private pool, private everything, butler, concierge. You're whisked onto the ship, you're whisked off the ship, you're whisked down into the theatre, sometimes through the crew areas, with reserved seating, whisked into whichever restaurant you would like to dine in. Everything is, at the moment for you, whenever you want it. And the suites are the most beautiful suites you can imagine. Some just for couples, some designed specifically for the family, some so expansive that you feel like you're in a beautiful penthouse apartment with 5,000 square feet in a private garden, private jacuzzi, steam room, you name it, it's there. So the Haven really is designed for the affluent traveller, couples or families that want to duck in and out of the big ship experience, but they want to come back to their private haven at some point. And if they have kids, they want their kids to be off with other kids having a good time. And it's been incredibly successful.
Yeah, and it's gotten some great feedback too for consumers that wanted a family vacation, and they've taken multiple suites within the Haven. It's almost like their own little family reunion in this sanctuary. So
yeah, we see all sorts of shapes and size of family. We see just couples who like the idea of the Haven and they want everything on the big ship, but they want their Haven. You see families that the parents just stay in the Haven and let the kids kind of run riot across the ship. And then grandparents who would normally be sailing on Regent, who have chosen this trip to bring their kids and their grandkids to do a whole multi-generational trip with the entire family. So you really see a mix of people in the Haven that it delivers a wonderful experience to.
That's great. Well, so first and foremost, I personally experienced the Haven on several Norwegian cruises, I'm happy to say, and it's amazing. So make sure you take the time, talk to your travel professional immediately following this event. Find out more specifically about the Haven, because when you sail in the Haven, you also get extra amenities and special perks, which your travel agent can talk through about their free at sea promotional offer, which we'll talk about in a minute. But make sure that you also talk to your travel agent following this event to find out what those exclusive deals are that we have just for Norwegian Cruise Line, just for this virtual event. And I know a lot of you are putting in questions right now, and I think the best thing for you to do is to check with your travel agent on those questions. They can get back to you with the best answers. And I know that we don't have a lot of time to go through those questions today, but as we are in the week of Thanksgiving, Andy, and so it's kind of crazy that the year's already coming to an end. What are you most thankful for as you look back as we're around the holiday season?
Oh, there's a lot. I mean, we've just gone through a difficult hurricane season, and you know, we sent a ship down to St. Thomas to pick some people up who'd been stranded there in the storm. We picked up a mix of some tourists who'd been stranded there. We picked up some residents who had lost their home and needed to get out, and it was a sobering experience. Yeah, I mean, I had the privilege of going down to meet the ship when they came in, and the stories were just heartbreaking that people had gone through. There was one lady who was bringing her son to the US so he could go to school because the school had been destroyed. And she was fortunate she had the resources to do that. But you just imagine the children down there that don't have the resource to do that. So, you know, we're blessed. We're very, very lucky, and you know, we have the opportunity to do some things that make a difference. But in our day-to-day lives, we're very lucky. So, you know, I'm grateful.
Lots to be thankful for.
Yeah.
And I think to that point, and a huge testament to yourself and Norwegian Cruise Line for everything you did to support the hurricane victims. And I know that continues. So, and it's been very inspiring for the entire industry. I know our travel agents as well, and a lot of their customers have chosen ways to find ways to give back too. And I think the best way they can give back is to travel on a cruise to the Caribbean.
You know, I think that's right. And I agree with you. The whole industry really stepped up during this experience and did everything possible to help with the relief effort. It does continue. We have a big fundraising effort titled Hope Starts Here. And we already have volunteers who are in the Keys and in the Caribbean. And we focused on rebuilding schools based on the story that we had and the importance of education. So we're really looking to get children back into education as fast as we can in some of these hurricane-torn regions.
Yeah. So make sure you talk to your travel agent about ways that you can help support Norwegian Cruise Line in their efforts to give back to those communities, which of course starts with booking a cruise aboard Norwegian Cruise Line. But lots of excitement in 2018 for Norwegian as you obviously lots of growth, but your newest ship is coming to North America, the Norwegian Bliss. So what's going on? Is there like a racetrack or something? I was like, I don't even get it. I can't wait to drive in it. So what is that all about? What's up there?
Yeah, I know, we're really excited about Norwegian Bliss. She delivers next summer, goes to Alaska for her first season. She'll sail out of Seattle and do a 7-day cruise to Alaska. First brand new ship we put in Alaska, so we're very excited about that. She does have a racetrack on board. The first racetrack.
You can race around the glaciers.
Yeah, we're going to keep them off the glaciers.
But
we have a beautiful racetrack on top of the ship. The cars, they're electric cars, which they do 35 miles an hour, which is, when you're 17 stories high on top of a ship, that's pretty fast, let me tell you. And so we're very, very excited about the racetrack. It's going to be extremely exciting. But that's just one of the features. We also have slides, and we've made one of the slides even more exciting. It goes out over the edge of the ship. And as you head out over the edge of the ship, it goes clear. So it
So you
really
can
feels
see,
like you're going out over the
okay,
edge of the
okay,
ship.
okay.
So I don't think you'll be brave enough for
Yeah,
that.
probably
No,
not. I
don't
probably
think so.
won't. But I'm sure a lot of the customers will, for sure.
I hope so. I hope so. I think it's going to be exciting and a huge range of dining options on board the ship that, again, we're excited about. We're adding a barbecue restaurant for the first time.
Awesome.
So that's the...
I'll definitely be there.
That will premiere on Norwegian Bliss.
Okay.
So yeah, we're excited. We're going to showcase the ship around all around North America, and then we'll be in Alaska starting June the 2nd.
Awesome. And I know we spoke about dining options when we talked generically, but on average, like how many restaurants would you say are on a Norwegian cruise?
You know, we have up to 28 dining choices on these.
So there's variety.
On these new. Oh, it's
Where it's
very
Pan-Asian,
difficult
sushi.
to really try everything. All the restaurants on board a 7-day cruise, and there's every choice you can imagine. As I've talked about, steakhouse, French restaurant, Italian, teppanyaki, sushi, noodle bars. Beautiful main restaurants that are grand, you know, the spirit of cruising from days gone by. Every choice you can, a Margaritaville that our guests absolutely love. And I could just keep going and going and going. We're working really hard to really have it feel like you go have a weekend in New York, or you go spend a week in New York, you research the restaurants and you pick the ones you really want to go to while you're in New York. That really is what the experience of going on one of our ships is.
And you don't really have to worry. I mean, obviously you want to work with getting reservations, but I love your technology on board where you can kind of look at the restaurants. You know which restaurant has opportunity and flexibility to accommodate you at that time, and if it doesn't, you choose to go somewhere else, which you said earlier, it's about their freedom of choice.
Exactly, and guests have the opportunity for the planners. You know, there are people who just they're into planning. Everything can be planned beforehand, and for those people who are more spur of the moment, they can make the arrangements on board the ship. So we really meet the needs of everyone, because not everyone likes to plan in advance, and some people are spontaneous. So we work really hard to give people choices in how they run their vacation.
That's great. And a lot of customers have given you feedback over time, which is, I think we spoke previously about, which is why there is a racetrack on board a ship, right? So, but in terms of what are the inclusions and opportunities for consumers to take advantage of when they book a Norwegian cruise? There's several promotional offers that are always available in the marketplace. They're going to talk to their travel agent about our exclusive offer, but can you speak a little bit about the free at sea offers that exist on board? And I know it depends upon what you book, but there's different amenities people can take advantage of.
Absolutely. We have a promotion running, as you talked about. It's called Free at Sea, and the idea really is to make the experience more inclusive. So and guests can
Customers want that.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's very, very clear to us that they like a more inclusive experience, but people are different. Some people really enjoy a drink on their vacation. Some people don't drink at all and they like to eat. Some people want to be connected and they want Wi-Fi. And some people love to do everything on land and they want to experience shore excursions. So we offer this choice where guests can, if you're in an outside or above, you can pick 2 of 5 options.
So choose 2 of them.
Exactly. So you can pick an ultimate beverage package, which is really unlimited open bar.
Which is great.
Or you can pick a dining package, which is up to a number of dining choices on board the ship, or an internet package, or shore excursion credits, or even friends and family sail free. So if you're bringing kids, the opportunity for your kids to sail free. If you're in the Haven, you get all of them. So if guests who book in the Haven, they get all 5 choices. They get to pick everything. And everyone in outside and above gets to pick 2 of the choices.
So again, another reason why you should talk to your travel agent about the Havens. I mean, and or any of the options, but definitely inquire about the different options available. And you know, obviously, there's a tremendous value as you look at that and get a more inclusive experience, less headache.
Exactly.
So, what's your favorite destination that Norwegian Cruise Line sails to?
Yeah, my favorite cruise ever was Alaska. I was lucky; I got to go on a multi-generational trip. My parents came, my kids came, sister, kids. I mean, it was crazy. But the beauty of the cruise is organizing a multi-generational trip is easy. You know what families like. You don't pick your family, so you don't necessarily want to have dinner with them every night. So it's nice you can split up and go off and do your own thing. You can come back together. Tours interested different people, so everyone in the day could go off and do the thing that interested them, and then come back for a drink or for dinner. It was an incredible, and the destination is incredible. Our favorite shore excursion ever. We took a helicopter up to the top of the glacier in Juneau. and went dog sledding.
I did that.
Oh
it's
my
amazing.
God. My kids...
Still to this day, it's one of the best things I've ever done.
I can say to them, what's your favorite shore excursion? They'll say, oh my God, the trip to the top of the glacier and dog sledding. Fantastic. So we absolutely loved Alaska. It was an amazing trip, but we've been blessed. We've been very lucky. We've got to cruise in lots of different places, and I've never had a bad cruise. There's no such thing as bad.
There's no such thing as a bad cruise, not at all. But I have to agree, Alaska is one of the most beautiful places. So hopefully you can talk to your travel agent about some opportunities to sail next summer to Alaska, aboard Norwegian Bliss for that matter.
Absolutely.
So which is great. And if not, with obviously you can do it at another time, but there's some great deals for Alaska. And certainly the best thing about it is each port has different tours that truly provide memorable experiences.
Oh my God, we went salmon fishing in Ketchikan and we caught so many salmon, and they actually send them home. So
you get to eat it?
Yeah, so you get to eat, and they smoke some, and they flash. I mean, it's amazing what they do, so that was fun.
And what's your favorite area on board a Norwegian cruise?
It has to be the Haven.
Has to be the Haven.
Yeah,
so
has to be the Haven. I'm spoiled.
I would agree. I would definitely agree. Or even just taking some time out and relaxing poolside, wherever that is.
Yeah, and for food, it's the Food Republic restaurant on board Norwegian Escape. It was a new restaurant concept, which is small dishes, and a sort of an Asian fusion cuisine, and it really, you can't imagine you're on a cruise ship. You just can't imagine.
Which is great. So, well, first and foremost, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us your insight about Norwegian Cruise Line, about the reasons why someone should take a cruise, but most of all for just taking the time with us today to educate us, enlighten us, and certainly, hopefully, inspire all of you to take a cruise aboard Norwegian Cruise Line. So what are you waiting for? I would just email your agent right now or pick up the phone and contact them. As I said earlier, they have an exclusive offer just for you. So it is Thanksgiving week after all. So I wish all you and your families a happy Thanksgiving. And Andy, to you and your family, thank you so much for the time again. And we look forward to seeing you on our next Norwegian cruise.
Well, thanks for having me, Drew.
Right.
We look forward to welcoming your clients on board.
Have a good day, everyone. See you.